Hi everyone, this is Aaron from HH Watch Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will take a look at a pilot's watch from Hruodland. The reference number on this one is the F013. So Hruodland sent me this watch for free so I can review it on my channel. But as usual, my reviews are based on my own opinion about the watch and the brands don't have a say in it. They'll see this review at the same time as everyone else. If by the end of this video you're interested in purchasing this watch, I will leave an affiliate link in the description down below. Know that if you purchase this watch or any other watch using my affiliate links, it doesn't add any extra cost to you, but it does give me a small commission. This helps me fund more watches so I can get them for review on the channel. For today's wrist check, I am wearing the Hruodland F028. I just got this watch in the mail a few days ago. This is actually a new release from them and I have to say I really like it. So expect a review coming out very soon for this watch. Before we move on with today's review, I'd like to take a moment and ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know it's a huge ask, but it makes a huge difference in how my videos perform, so I'd really appreciate it if you could press the two buttons down there. I also want to thank those who are already subscribed to the channel. Your support is really appreciated. We have a diameter of 42 millimeters, a lug-to-lug distance of 49.8 millimeters, a thickness of 11.8 millimeters, the lug width is 20 millimeters, and the crown measures 7.6 millimeters. The watch runs on the PT5000 automatic movement. It has 25 joules, 38 hours of power reserve, and it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It also hacks and hand winds. The crystal on this watch is a sapphire crystal with a slight dome on it. The watch has a screw-down crown and case back, and that allows it to have 100 meters of water resistance. Let's take a look at the case. So this case is made out of 316L steel. There are no brushed or polished surfaces anywhere. The entire case has one single finish. It's not sandblasted, but more of a frosted finish. The finishing is consistent and I don't see any blemishes or flaws anywhere. The diamond-shaped crown also has the same finishing. It does seem a bit shinier, but it might just be because of how the light reflects off the teeth on it. And speaking of teeth, the grip on this crown is just amazing. This crown measures 7.6 millimeters and it's a joy to use. There's a nice pop when unscrewing it, it feels solid and there's very little play. Winding the movement is very satisfying and there's no crunchy feeling that's usually associated with the PT5000 movement. The crown screws back in very smoothly and I have no complaints about it. I do have to say though that the teeth on the crown are a bit sharp. I do feel it on my wrist when wearing the watch, but otherwise I have no complaints about it. So back to the case. On the opposite side of the crown, the text FL23883 is etched on the case. And while we're looking at the profile, you can see how the lugs just pop straight out of the case. There is no curve or anything to them. Almost like if the lugs were an afterthought and they just decided to stick it to the case. Now this is not a design that Hruodland came up with or anything. I guess back in the days, this is how the lugs on Flieger watches looked. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think of this lug design. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. The case back is pretty simple. It also has the same frosted finish. We find some German text here and some specifications of the watch. So overall, this is a very simple case design. There's no fancy finishing here or there. I would say it's a very purposefully designed case. So this watch is available in 3 different dial options. You have the Type A dial that I have here, and there's also a Type B dial. Now the Type B dial is offered in 2 different colors basically. So there's the full lume dial and there's the regular black dial with 14 markers. I was debating between the full lume dial and this Type A dial. The full lume dial is pretty cool, but I ended up choosing the Type A dial mainly because of the simpler dial layout. Even though the watch face measures around 37 millimeters, I think that the Type A dial looks proportionally better. So what we have here is a matte black dial. The minute track around the dial is printed in white alongside the Arabic numerals and the triangle at 12. There's a good amount of lume applied to them. The hour and minute hands are blue. I don't think they're heat treated and I wasn't able to get a clear answer from Hruodland either. The second hand's counterbalance is also blue, whereas the rest of the hand is white with a layer of lume on it. Now let's check out the lume. When fully charged, this thing shines brighter than my Seiko Monster. I was not expecting this kind of performance out of printed markers and lume. This makes reading the time in the dark really easy, and I'm actually really impressed. The legibility in the light is also very good. The crystal doesn't distort the dial, so you can easily read the time even at a steep angle. There's no mention of AR coating on the spec sheet, but I'm pretty sure there is, because honestly, this crystal is barely visible at certain angles. So back to the blue hands. I think that watches that have blue hands look very nice in photos, but I have to say I'm not a big fan of the blue hands on this watch. Not because they aren't well made or the quality is lacking, it has more to do with the legibility. When the light hits it at the right angle, it's nice, the blue pops, but most of the time they just look black and kind of disappear in the background. This then makes the hands look slim and small, kind of messes up with the proportions. Maybe it's just me, but I think I would have preferred white hands. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. The strap that comes with this watch is a dark chocolate brown genuine leather strap. It starts at 20 millimeters and it tapers down to about 17.7 millimeters. There are two rivet studs on each side. This is something that you often see on Flieger style watch straps. The strap is a bit stiff out of the box, but once it breaks in, it's comfortable on the wrist. It's not the best quality, and honestly, it looks like it will wear out pretty quickly, but it gets the job done. Personally, I swapped it for another strap pretty quickly. I went for this Stoa leather strap that is in a tan color. I think it looks a lot better with this watch. On the wrist, this watch wears a bit big. I have a 7-inch wrist and I can definitely pull it off, but it might look a little bit too big on smaller wrists. Now, I know a lot of people like bigger pilot watches, so this won't be an issue for them, but for me, I think the issue comes from the straight lugs. I'm not a fan of them. Straight on, if you look at the watch, you can barely notice that it's straight lugs, but as soon as you tilt your wrist, you see the lugs poking out of the case, and it kind of looks weird. I would have preferred regular lugs with some curvature to them, but I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who prefer this more vintage lug design. Also, I mentioned the crown is a bit sharp, so I wear my watches a bit higher up on my wrist. I don't wear them loose, so it stays there all day. I wear this watch the same way and the big crown rubs on my wrist, especially when I move my hand. It's not the first watch that does this, but because of how the teeth on the crown are very sharp, it's a bit uncomfortable. I don't feel it all the time, but when I do, it's not great. If you are looking for a Flieger watch, then I think this should be on your list of choices. The build quality is great, the dial is very legible, and the lume is amazing. The higher beat movement is a great choice, and it's a nice change from the NH movements. I know a lot of people are tired of the NH movements, so this PT5000 option is great. If you do get this watch though, maybe order a better strap for it. With the 11/11 sale right up in the corner, this watch is going to be a great pickup, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you like the design. So I'll leave a link in the description for you to check it out and add it to your watch list for the sale. And that wraps up my review of the Hruodland F013. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with a friend or two. And if you want to see more watch content, please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one.